What's good, YouTube? Your boy Jerron Howard here, hitting you up with my fragrance review number 2. It's been long talked about, long awaited, not only by my subscribers, but by me. I just got real busy, but I wanted to definitely take this opportunity to do what I said I was going to do, which is honor my commitment and put out this video. If you looked at the title, you already know what it is. It's none other than Dolce and Gabbana Pour Homme. Now, upon first glance, even just looking at the bottle, this speaks of sophistication. I know y'all agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, once you smell the scent, I'm sure that you'll agree with me. Glass bottle, nice hard cap, like a dark violet on the lid with the silver lining. You hear that? You put that on there, that's snapping. That's not going nowhere. Snapping in place. Put a lot of work into the bottle. Got their name, Dolce & Gabbana, etched in. So it's not like a piece of tape or nothing. I think the original version of this, when they put out the original bottle, I should say, has like a piece of tape on it. I think I saw an Ashcan's video. He has the older version that came out, like in '94 when this one dropped, which was in 1994, by the way. Take a look at the box, velvety blue box, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme on it, written in silver. I mean, the box in itself is classy. The bottle's classy. So they put a lot of time, but put a lot of effort into it. Definitely, when you look at it, it speaks of class. It speaks of sophistication. All of those things, importance. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is classified as an Oriental spicy. Bottle sizes, you got the 1.3, which is this one, 2.5 and the 4.2. Probably gonna run you anywhere from like $35 to $75 as a designer fragrance. For me, once again, this is for me. I would classify this as one of the more expensive designer fragrances. I think I spent almost $40 on the 1.3. So I mean, it was worth it. Don't get me wrong. And I don't know if I can find it cheaper without going online to get it. I just bought it from a department store. Actually, I got it from Perfumania in the mall. And so I don't know if there's another place you could find it cheaper without going online. But I think I spent about $40 after tax on this. The notes, your top notes are as follows. You got bergamot, mandarin, orange, neroli, and lemon. So off rip, that's a lot of citrus. Your middle notes are natural lavender, sage, tarragon, cardamom, and pepper. So start getting into your spices. And then the base notes, you got some woody notes. You got sandalwood, cedarwood, tonka bean, musk, tobacco, iris, and cumin. So definitely it's a lot of notes, which would maybe suggest that it's real complex, it's real this and real that, and there's a lot of changes. But this to me is blended so well that not only is it complex, but it's actually very subtle. To me, this is a subtle fragrance. It's not going in this direction, that direction, going a bunch of places. They definitely took their time, whoever made this, because I did a lot of research, and I'll be honest, guys, I couldn't find the nose behind this fragrance. Whoever did it, they did an excellent job, in my opinion. And if any of you know exactly who concocted this beast right here, just post down low. Let me know, because I would like to know. I tried to do some research, tried to find out everything I could about it. Released in '94, but I couldn't find who. Couldn't find out the nose behind the fragrance. What I did find, and some of y'all probably already know, was that when this was launched, it actually won all 3 awards at the International Academy Awards of the Accademia del Profumo, or Profumo, my bad. And that included Best Fragrance, Best Packaging, Best Advertising. So that's a little fun fact for y'all if y'all didn't know. It definitely deserved all 3 awards back in '94. I would say that it's deserving of those same awards now, because this is a great fragrance. Definitely see why it was so highly regarded back then. Still relevant to this day. Um, Now, when I first spray it, upon first spray, starts off strong with a blast of citrus, really nice, smells really luxurious. I definitely get a luxurious vibe when I first spray it on. Definitely get the orange and lemon right off the top. For me, on my skin, lasts probably about an hour or two. After that, that kind of fades away. You get the sage, you get the lavender, the pepper. So you get a little bit of the spices. It's a lot of spices in the notes, in the note breakdown, but it's not like a super duper spicy fragrance. So you don't have to be turned off by the note breakdown if you're considering whether or not you want to buy it. Um, After you get the lavender, the pepper, and the middle notes, dries down to the woody notes, the tonka bean. You get a little bit of musk. You get some tobacco. Definitely get the tobacco notes towards the end of the life of the fragrance. Like I said, if you check out Mark's review, check him out, Robes08. He states that it's not as spicy as the notes would suggest. Like I said, I completely agree with that. Um, so once again, don't be thrown off by the note breakdown. This thing is very clean cut. It's very refined. It's classy. Definitely classy. It actually smells like it should cost more than what it costs. And it costs a decent amount of money, but you're gonna get what you pay for. But if I didn't know how much it cost when I smelled it, I would expect that it costed more. I would expect it to cost like $100. Seriously, real talk. And when I think of the fragrance, first word that comes to my mind is sophistication. Like that's the first word that just pops in my head right off the bat is sophistication. Like this scent was made only to be worn when you go into $100 a plate black tie affair or something like that. Now, with that being said, though, believe it or not, it's one of the more versatile fragrances that I even have in my wardrobe. I can wear it to the office. I can wear it out on a nice night when I'm decked out. I can rock it to church. Um, Pretty much any season. For me, I try to keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it to the fall, winter. Maybe spring, but definitely I can rock it on a hot day. Uh, just a word of caution: go easy on the trigger if it's hot. If it's the summer months, make sure you go easy on the trigger. Um, which brings me to my preferred method of application. I would probably say two on the chest, two on the neck. You should be good. You don't need any more than that because this thing projects. Not like a gourmand. It's not, I will never see this as being cloying. And, in that regard, it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet like cloying. But it's definitely powerful. This fragrance got a scent trail on it, like a mile long. Maybe not a mile long. I'm exaggerating, but I just want y'all to understand that you definitely gonna get some sillage. You definitely gonna get some projection out of this. Um, Longevity. You're gonna get some longevity out of it. And when I say you're gonna get some longevity out of it, you're gonna get some longevity out of it. I would say, for me, typically, I'm getting anywhere from 8 to 12 hours plus. If I'm going to work, I can put it on at 8 o'clock before I walk in the door, and it's going to be there at 5 when I get off. It's going to be there probably at 8 o'clock in the evening. Um, so, like I said, 8 to 12 hours plus, that's on my skin. My skin doesn't hold fragrance very long for some reason. So, on my skin, I get 8 to 12. On your skin, you might get something like 12 to 14, 12 to 16. Who knows? I wouldn't necessarily say it's all day like Angel Man, but it lasts for a very, very long time. Definitely gonna be for the mature crowd. Um, I would say 21 and up at the very least. Uh, my young homies, I would not recommend this for y'all because unless y'all mature, unless you real mature as a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old. But to be honest, I would probably stick with the 23, 25-year-old range and up. Definitely a mature scent. You can be 40 rocking this, 50, 60 rocking this. And, if you mature, you acting your age, you rocking a suit and tie, or, you got on some nice khakis and a button down. You going to a meeting, you going to an important interview. this is the juice you always want to go for. Maybe not always, but in my collection, this is the juice that I'm going for. I probably got about 35, 40 bottles. I haven't counted them all. I have no clue, but maybe somewhere in that range. When I first started, y'all know how many I had when I did the collection video. But this is definitely one in my arsenal that I go to for special occasions, important meeting, like I said, business, suit and tie, tux. You can rock this and you won't have no problems. And you might get some compliments. I don't really do the compliment thing. I don't look for the compliments. Um, if I get them, that's great. And I do believe that you definitely gonna get some compliments on this one. This is one that's very safe. I would consider this a definite blind buy. Um, if you haven't smelled it, you don't have a way to smell it, but you can get your hands on it, get it. You won't be disappointed. If for some reason you don't like it, you can find some older gentleman, or you can find one of your homies that's real mature, and you can give it to him or sell it to him, and I'm sure he'll enjoy it. Um, any ladies that might be watching this video, your husband, definitely get this for them, or your boyfriend. They'll love it, and I'm sure so will you. So that's part one of the interview, part one of the review. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. If I had to rate it out of 10, I have to definitely give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason maybe I would say that it's not a 10 out of 10 is because it's not necessarily anything special. I'm sure there's other fragrances out there that have done this type of thing before, but this does it very well. The longevity is top notch. Projection is top notch. Um, the versatility is on point. You can wear this basically at any time, as long as you act in your role. You act in your age. I wouldn't suggest wearing this to the club, but if you go into a formal dinner party, and there might be a little bit of dancing there, you can rock this. You can definitely rock this. I know y'all waiting for the second part of the fragrance review. We're going to go ahead and get into that. I wanted to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to still flow for y'all, but I didn't just want to pick any instrumental. Tried to make it a point to choose an instrumental that I thought kind of fit the fragrance, so to speak. So in this case, you got a really refined fragrance in Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. I went with the song by Kanye West called Flashing Lights. When I think of flashing lights, you got somebody taking your picture, red carpet, suit and tie, you decked out, you got your wifey on your arm, y'all ready to go in and handle business, or you paparazzi, you looking good, you looking hot. So I felt that beat will go along with the review, will go along with the verse, and we'll see how that works out. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. That was part one. Let's go ahead and get into part two. I'm hoping y'all can hear this. Last time I had it too loud. Turned it down a little bit. Yeah. Dolce & Gabbana, y'all. Yeah. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, it's a classic 1994 debut to the masses. Have you feeling fresh and clean with a passion? About 8 to 12 long hours that it's lasting. It's the truth, dog, believe me, I'm for real, man. Juice so classy, have you smelling like $1,000,000. Not pesos. So without further ado, let me give you the top, middle, and base notes. Bergamot, neroli, and citrus, lavender, sage, cardamom, and pepper. It's so exquisite. Witty notes, tonka bean and musk at its finest. Tobacco and cumin with a splash of iris. Can't deny this, so don't even try. And I promise they gon' smell it as soon as you walk by. Wear it at the office or for a special occasion. With a suit and a tie, it screams sophistication. Amazing. Amazing scent. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. Definite buy. Buy it. Just get it. Yo, it's Jerron Howard. Deuces.